to Sam's inquisitive nature, he wanted to learn more, so we went straight to the source and met with Steve Cole, the grandson of the founder.
So when was Cole Motors founded?
Actually, my grandfather and my great uncle were in the implement business together, and that was the incentive for him to go into the merge of automobiles, which was in 1909.
Was the implement business declining, or just the automobile business?
No, I think it was a catalyst because the people came in for their farm equipment. So he was able to put cars out in the area and in other implement places, and it was an idea to be able to sell more cars. And that was the atmosphere, because people weren't as interested in cars back then. Had to be a big selling point.
Why do you think Cole Motors was founded in Ada? Like, what made Ada special?
Well, I think he's a native
of
Ada, and naturally the implement business, as we talked. And he was a pretty entrepreneur type of a person. So that was the main reason.
Do you think railroads had any effect to that?
I think railroads had a huge effect on all small towns in this area, because everybody brought their cattle to town, their wheat to town, whatever crops they had usually came to town for one reason or another, either to butcher for the farmer himself or to sell on the market. So yes, the railroads were very important.
So how did the dealership really impact transportation around Ada?
Well, I think the big thing was, if you consider horses and buggies, as one of the books were written in Ohio, that you had no place to go. And even when they started selling cars, everybody came to town on the weekends anyway, because they had no way to communicate with each other. Even with the phones, it wasn't easy. So their communication time with all the neighbors and everybody else was with coming to town on a certain day of the week, or to be able to get their groceries, et cetera, thing like that. And if you look at the Amish, which don't live too far from here, they're still in horses and buggies.
Mm-hmm. So do you think the impact of automobiles kind of brought the area closer together? They could communicate better?
Absolutely. And in this area, someone will have probably written a history on, there wasn't too many miles apart that they had entertainment centers. Either they took a quarry and made a swimming pool, or they had things that were going up into the second floors, large halls where they could meet, or they had places that were in each small town along the railroad and the roads that went to it, that they had functions that took place that weren't too far from town.
The development of the automobile brought the entire region together. Now, exotic cities like Findlay and Bowling Green were only an hour or two away instead of a whole day's journey.
Go.
Even though other car dealerships sprung up in Ada around the same time as Cole Motors was able to surpass their competition. Their primary car was the Model T. The Model T quickly gained a reputation for reliability, and this really paved the way for future success of not only Cole Motors, but Ford itself. Ultimately, this led to the great success that Cole Motors has had throughout the years, and explains why it's been in Ada for around 100 years. One of the most important things I learned from this documentary was about the social aspect of the automobile. Instead of taking all day to go from city to city, or even from your farm to into city, it only took a few minutes, or at most a few hours. This really led to the community growing closer as a whole, as family members were able to visit each other more frequently and easier, and the automobile made life a lot more convenient.